All right, so let's keep moving here. In this video, we're going to talk about numbers. Okay, now in Dart programming language, numbers come in two flavors. We have integers and doubles. So integers and doubles are a subset of number. Okay, so we could create a variable called number at the top here. In fact, why not? Let me go ahead and comment all this out. I'm going to just push it to the bottom here, so we kind of have a cleaner slate. Okay, so we can say num. There is the keyword num. Notice it's not number, it's num. Enter. I can go ahead and say age as such. I could either go ahead and say set it to something. In this case, I'm going to go ahead and set it to 13. And of course, I can say print and print the age. Control run. I should see 13 at the bottom here. So the same thing here, we are saying age is of type num. Now, we could also have said var age is 13, remember? So in this case, we're not specifically saying what type. Before we set it to anything, this age could be anything, right? So now it's 13, that means age is indeed a number. But again, it's always a good idea to add a type for our variable. That way we don't run into issues, compile issues later in terms of type safe. Okay, perfect. So num age is there. So I can go ahead and say, for instance, num number is 23. Okay, say passing number here, and of course the same is going to happen. So nothing really too exciting or too out of this world. Now, num, as we said, comes into flavors, integers and doubles. So what are integers and doubles? So, well, integers are numbers without decimal, without a decimal point. So 1, 2, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 10, etc. Those are integers. Whereas doubles, if you probably guessed, do have decimal point. Okay, so 1.1, that's a decimal or a double, 0.1, etc. Right? So when we know exactly what type we are requiring, for instance, we know that age is usually an integer, right? You don't usually say I'm 13.5 years old, right? So we would say here, say int. Now we know that age is always a type integer, okay? And if we wanted, for instance, to say this number is 23.35, then we would say double, okay? Because now we know for sure that number is of type double because we have a decimal there. So if we go ahead and save this and give it a run, you should be able to see 23.4 as a double. Now, there are advantages to use one over the other. If you want something to be precise, if we were talking about certain mathematical, certain calculations that we need to be precise, right, in the numbers, then of course you always use doubles because now we have decimal points and so it's more precise. So integers are whole numbers and doubles are decimal numbers or numbers that have decimal points. Okay, so that's it. Perfect. I'll see you in the next video.